We all seek happiness and peace, longing for moments of stillness in a world that rarely slows down. Whether we realize it or not, there's a deep yearning within each of us for a sense of calm, a quiet mind that isn't constantly pulled in 1,000 directions. In the early morning, as the sun rises and the world is hushed, we catch a glimpse of the tranquility we crave. But as the day unfolds, life often feels chaotic. The noise of the city, the rush of people, and the endless demands of modern living can make it seem impossible to find peace. We're swept up in the current, barely able to catch our breath. Challenges at work pile up, deadlines loom, and the pressure to succeed can be overwhelming. At home, family worries and the needs of loved ones tug at our hearts. The uncertainty of the future, financial concerns, health and the unknown, can fill our minds with anxiety and fear. It's easy to feel lost in the storm of daily life. In our search for relief, we often chase happiness in material things, new experiences, or the approval of others. We scroll endlessly through social media, hoping for validation, or shop for things we think will fill the emptiness. Yet despite these efforts, a sense of dissatisfaction lingers. The happiness we seek seems just out of reach, always slipping through our fingers. But what if true happiness isn't something to be found outside ourselves? What if it's something we build within, a fortress in our mind, strong and unshakable? This inner sanctuary is not made of stone but of habits, thoughts, and attitudes that protect us from life's storms. The journey inward is not a new idea. For thousands of years, philosophers, sages, and seekers have explored the path to inner peace. Ancient wisdom teaches us that the answers we seek are not in changing the world, but in changing how we see and respond to it. It's about shifting our perspective, learning to see challenges as opportunities for growth, and setbacks as lessons. When we change the lens through which we view the world itself seems to change. We begin to notice beauty in small moments and find meaning in everyday life. Our minds are like gardens. If we plant seeds of peace, courage, and gratitude and tend to them with care, they will grow and flourish. But if we neglect our inner garden, weeds of worry and negativity can quickly take over. Cultivating a quiet mind is a daily practice, requiring patience and intention. This skill doesn't require special tools or years of training. All it takes is attention, a willingness to pause, reflect, and choose a new perspective. Journaling, meditation, or simply taking a few deep breaths can help us reconnect with ourselves and find clarity amid chaos. The search for a quiet mind is not a luxury, it's a necessity in today's fast-paced world. It's the foundation for true happiness, resilience, and well-being. When we find stillness within, we can face life's challenges with greater strength and wisdom. It's about being the calm center in a spinning world, like a tree that stands firm in the wind, or a person who remains composed in the midst of chaos. This inner calm doesn't mean ignoring problems, but meeting them with a steady heart and a clear mind. True strength is not the absence of difficulty, but the ability to face life's storms with courage and resolve. It's about acknowledging our fears and doubts, yet choosing to move forward with hope and determination. Like a captain steering a ship through rough seas, we may not be able to control the storm, but we can control how we navigate it. Our thoughts, choices, and attitudes are the rudder that guide us toward calmer waters. This is the beginning of wisdom, a step toward true peace and fulfillment. The search for a quiet mind is a lifelong journey, but with each step, we move closer to the happiness and serenity we all desire. Imagine standing in the sandals of Marcus Aurelius, the Emperor of Rome. He was one of the most powerful men in the world, ruling over a vast empire that stretched across continents. Yet, despite his immense authority and the grandeur that surrounded him, Marcus faced challenges that would test even the strongest of spirits. Wars raged on the borders, political intrigue simmered in the palace, and personal tragedies struck close to his heart. The weight of leadership was heavy, and the burdens he carried were immense. Despite all the power and luxury at his disposal, Marcus Aurelius's life was not one of ease. He endured constant stress, the pain of losing loved ones, and the relentless pressure to make decisions that would affect millions. The marble halls of his palace often echoed with loneliness, reminding him that even an emperor is not immune to sorrow and uncertainty. In the quiet hours of the night, seeking solace from the chaos of his world, Marcus turned inward. He began to write a private journal, not for the eyes of his subjects or for future generations, but simply for himself. With a humble quill and a worn leather-bound book, he poured out his thoughts, fears, and hopes, searching for clarity and peace. This journal would later become known as Meditations. Far more than a collection of personal notes, It is a timeless guide to finding inner peace amidst turmoil. Each page is filled with reflections on how to remain calm, focused, and virtuous, no matter what storms may rage outside. The philosophy that guided Marcus was Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond. It is about living well, with courage and wisdom, regardless of our circumstances. For Marcus, these teachings were not just abstract ideas, they were tools for survival. Through his writings, we glimpse a leader who, despite his power, was deeply human. He struggled with doubt, sought meaning, and yearned for tranquility. His words reveal a man striving to be better, to find calm in the midst of chaos, and to understand his place in the world. The wisdom of Marcus Aurelius endures because it speaks to struggles that are universal. Across centuries, his insights resonate with anyone who has faced hardship, loss, or uncertainty. His journey reminds us that the search for meaning and resilience is a timeless human quest. We all encounter obstacles in life. Whether we are emperors or ordinary people, we seek strength and resilience to overcome adversity. Marcus's words encourage us to look within, to find the courage to face our own challenges and to grow stronger through them. Reading his meditations is like having a conversation with a wise friend, someone who understands our struggles and offers gentle guidance. His advice is simple yet profound, reminding us that we are not alone in our search for peace. Marcus Aurelius teaches that true happiness and calm do not depend on wealth, status, or external success. Instead, they come from our own thoughts, our ability to accept what we cannot change, and our commitment to living with integrity and purpose. This was Marcus's secret, a wisdom born from struggle, now available to us all. Today, anyone can open his book and discover the timeless lessons that helped a king find peace. His words continue to inspire, reminding us that the path to inner calm is open to everyone, no matter who we are or where we live. Throughout history, some of the greatest minds have searched for the secret to a good life. One of the most powerful ideas comes from the ancient Stoics, and especially from the Roman emperor and philosopher, Marcus Aurelius. He believed that the true source of strength and peace lies not in the world around us, but in the power we hold within ourselves. The Stoics taught a simple but profound lesson. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. Life is unpredictable. Storms will come, both literally and metaphorically. But your response, your attitude, your thoughts, your actions, remains your own. Marcus Aurelius knew that life would bring unexpected challenges, setbacks, and disappointments. He faced wars, political intrigue, and personal loss. Yet he wrote that our happiness depends not on external events, but on how we interpret and react to them. Suffering, he said, comes not from the events themselves, but from our judgments about those events. If we see every difficulty as a disaster, we suffer twice, once from the event, and again from our own negative thinking. Imagine being stuck in traffic. You can choose to fume with anger, or you can choose peace. You can use the time to reflect, listen to music, or simply breathe. The situation is the same, but your experience changes completely based on your response. The event itself is neutral, it's your reaction that gives it meaning. When you choose calm over chaos, patience over frustration, you reclaim your power. You become the master of your own mind. This ability to choose your thoughts and feelings is incredibly freeing. It means that no matter what happens around you, you can find a sense of peace and stability within. Happiness, Marcus Aurelius believed, isn't something controlled by fate, luck, or the actions of others. It lives within you. It's a state of mind cultivated by self-awareness and acceptance. When someone insults you or treats you unfairly, you have a choice. You can let their words hurt you, or you can choose not to be offended. You can respond with understanding or simply let it go. Failure, too, is not the end. It's a lesson, an opportunity to grow. Every setback can teach you something valuable, if you approach it with an open mind and a willingness to learn. Of course, we still feel emotions. We are human. But the Stoics remind us that we don't have to let our emotions control us. We can acknowledge them, understand them, and then choose our response. Every morning, Marcus Aurelius prepared his mind for the day ahead. He reminded himself that difficulties would come, and that he could meet them with patience and wisdom. By expecting challenges, he was never surprised or upset when they arrived. Instead, he faced them with acceptance and composure, ready to respond thoughtfully. In every situation, Marcus relied on reason, patience, and kindness. He believed that true strength comes not from force but from understanding and compassion. True strength is not about never struggling. It's about facing problems with grace, courage, and a steady heart. This power, the power to choose your response, to find peace within, to meet life with wisdom and kindness, is within us all. It's the power inside you waiting to be awakened. The Stoics used a practical tool for peace. They divided life into what they could and couldn't control. Anxiety comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. Focus on thoughts, judgments, actions, and character. Everything else is beyond our control. Wise people focus energy on their circle of control. When facing problems, ask, can I control this? If not, accept it. If yes, take action. This clarity replaces worry with purposeful action. Marcus Aurelius lived this philosophy. He focused on his actions and character, not outcomes. This lesson teaches us to focus energy where it matters. Marcus Aurelius wrote about time's impermanence. Understanding everything is temporary brings power and joy. The present moment becomes precious. A sunset's beauty lies in its fleeting nature. Our limited time gives life meaning. Live fully, love deeply, and avoid trivial pursuits. Marcus reminded himself to live with urgency and purpose. Pain and hardship are temporary, they too shall pass. Embrace impermanence to let go of past and future anxieties. Focus on the present, where true happiness is found. Notice small wonders, coffee's taste, the sun's warmth, a loved one's smile. Accepting the unchangeable is a hard lesson. We often resist reality, causing pain. Stoics embraced amor fati, loving fate. Embrace all events as if chosen for growth. Transform obstacles into opportunities. Marcus Aurelius faced immense challenges with resilience. He saw the bigger picture, finding strength in acceptance. Acceptance isn't weakness, it's unbreakable strength. Free energy from anger and frustration. Focus on what you can do, adapt, learn, and move forward. We worry about others' opinions, seeking approval. Stoics saw this as a form of slavery. Happiness shouldn't depend on others' praise. Marcus Aurelius found this way of living strange. Focus on your character and values. Be honest, kind, and brave, regardless of others' opinions. True freedom is being your authentic self. Act with integrity, pursue passions without needing validation. Your self-worth comes from actions, not applause. Marcus Aurelius was judged constantly but found stability within. Live a life you can be proud of, finding approval from within. Happiness isn't in big things but small joys. Stoics valued simple pleasures in everyday life. True wealth is having few wants. Marcus Aurelius appreciated simple things. Gratitude for small things is a powerful tool for happiness. It shifts focus from problems to abundance. Practice gratitude daily, noticing small treasures. Rewire your brain to see the good. Discover your life is full of small treasures, waiting to be noticed. The ultimate goal of Stoicism is living a good life. Focus on 4 virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Wisdom is seeing the world clearly. Courage is acting rightly despite fear. Justice is treating others with fairness and respect. Temperance is mastering desires and finding balance. These virtues guide actions and decisions. Ask, what is wise, brave, fair, and disciplined? The goal is progress, not perfection. Marcus Aurelius admitted faults and sought improvement. True happiness is in the journey, living with purpose and character.